Yo, what a wonderful evening ambapo mnajua kama kawaida this Buzz Sports pia pale Kelele Digital unapata uhondo kamili. This is our first show this year. Najua mlikuwa mmemiss easy live shows, but we are here and today we want to scrutinize the Football Kenya Federation 1 year, 2 months down the line. What did they promise? What have they done? What have they not done? Follow Buzz Sports Facebook page, also Kelele Digital Facebook page. We are also live on YouTube, Buzz Sports and Kelele Digital. Make sure you subscribe so that any other time we are live or we post a video, you are the first person to watch. And we had told you we were going to have serious brains in this show. On my right, Kevin Tea, one of the best sports journalists we have in the country. Tea vipi?
Niko freshi. I'm happy to be here.
Kupoa?
First show niko poa. First show of the year.
Yes.
Happy to be part of it. So let's see how this
Karibu
goes.
sana. Alafu niko na the incoming Nairobi Senator. Hata wanasiasa wanajuanga stories za ball. So hata wanasiasa wanajuanga stories za ball. That is why nimekuita incoming senator.
Incoming senator. Maoni nzuri hiyo.
Yes.
Niko fiti. Thank you for having me here.
Yeah.
It's an honor sharing a platform with the likes of Mosh,
Yes.
Kevin Tea. Yeah, I hope it will be a good show.
Iko sawa.
Kabisa.
So to the viewers, maze, remember you can join the conversation, weka comment yako pale chini, and also in some few minutes we will be giving you a number you can call in, and also you can join this live on video. Yani una click pale kwa link, unaingia, tunakuingiza ndani, alafu unatuambia yenye uko nayo kuhusu utendakazi wa shirikisho la kandanda nchini FKF. Mwaka mmoja sasa hivi na miezi karibu miwili tutakuwa tunajua ni nini ambacho wamefanya. Otherwise, before we start, coach wa Bidco anaitwa Kulia. Anthony Akulia ameweza kumpoteza mama yake. Tunamtumia risala za rambirambi. Labda Kevin Tea, tuma risala zako za rambirambi.
Yeah, Julia Anthony, that a good friend of mine, and definitely losing mzazi is painful. It's deep, and I just want to pass my message of condolences to him and his family.
Yeah.
May God take them through this difficult phase, and may Mom's soul rest in eternal peace.
Yes.
Yeah, I think I'll also take this time to pass my heartfelt condolences to Coach. We believe it's God who gives life and it's God who takes life. So it's in God's plan. And we also praying that God sees them through this hard time. Yeah.
So, Kulia Maze, may the soul of our mom rest in eternal peace. Tuko pamoja kabisa. So, back to business. Football is here. Fresh start is here. Generally, ebu mniambie Maze, football, are we on the rise? What is happening on our fields? Both in the national team and our leagues. Nyanza na wete ya?
This question is, are we on the rise? Honestly, looking at all the leagues, women football, the national teams, the youth teams, I don't think we are really on the rise. I can more or less say we are either stagnant or declining. The only positive thing that I can point at right now is probably the women's national team qualifying for WAFCON.
Yeah.
But if we have to look at Harambee Stars, we know what happened in their last game, for example. If you look at the Kenya under-20, the women's team, we saw what happened, I think it's 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
The Kenya under-17 in Ethiopia, we know what happened. The Kenya under-15 teams in Uganda, let's not even go there because that it was a shambolic venture. So overall, it's more of a stagnation or a decline, but we can only hope for the best because we want to see our football go up. So for now, there isn't much positive to take home.
Masese,
Yes.
fresh start. Nyinyi ndio fresh start. Tuambie mnaonaje football? Mnatupeleka vizuri ama?
I would like to disagree respectfully with my friend Kevin there. I mean, when the growth might be very slow, that maybe you would think nothing is happening, but it is positive. I mean, there is a lot of change that has happened in the football administration since the fresh start took over office. So, I mean, positive things are there to take home. Maybe not on the field of play, but administrative-wise, I mean, yeah, we are making good steps. Yes, in terms
administrative-wise, we are making good steps.
Yeah, good steps. I mean, laying the foundation. Maybe we will not be the ones to deliver what is really what Kenyan football needs, but the infrastructure and the structures that are needed to succeed, we'll have done that. Yes.
And we had so many people contesting for the Football Kenya Federation. And by good luck, Hussein Mohamed took over. He promised us a lot. And he based his manifesto on 3 pillars. That is past, present, na mali tunaelekea. So on the first, in fact, kwa manifesto yake, he talked about our quality of football imeenda chini. And also refereeing imeenda chini. So before I get your opinions on what has been happening kwa field, both on quality of play and refereeing, wacha tusikie Hussein Mohamed alitupromise nini kwa manifesto yake.
Unfortunately, holistically speaking, the story is different for Kenyan football. In just a few years, the quality of play, quality of coaching, the quality of refereeing,
Are we together?
the quality of personnel within the football ecosystem in general have deteriorated exponentially to unacceptable levels. Unfortunately, holistically speaking, the story is different for Kenyan football. In just a few years, the quality of play, quality of coaching, the quality of refereeing, the quality of personnel within the football ecosystem in general,
according to Hussein Mohamed,
deteriorated
I think
exponentially
what
to
he promised,
unacceptable
he's talking about
levels.
the quality of playing. Quality ilikuwa imerudi chini according to the previous regime, and also refereeing. Maybe I start with you, Masese. Quality ya football mali mlipata na mali iko sahi. What can you say?
Quality ya football mali ilikuwa na mali iko saizi kuna utofauti kidogo. Tunaona kuna teams mingi zina risks zinacheza modern football. Najua sisi hatuja kwa tukicheza modern football. Kucheza football ile ya nguvu na lazima tushinde, but ile sasa ya ile ya development, you can see a few passes here and there. Umepata ukiangalia timu kama Morangasilo wanaipiga vizuri, wamejoin the likes of Kariobangi Sharks. Umeona ukiangalia Shabana vile wanacheza. The quality of football being played on the pitch has really improved with this regime coming into power. Yes.
So umesema federation imesaidia Morangasilo sana.
Si nimetaja teams mingi lakini sasa vile umechagua Morangasilo ndio sijapata.
Like federation yani, okay, what's their role in Morangasilo playing good football?
Their role is you see now fairness in terms of fairness in terms of match officials appointment and how they carry themselves. So, and also what do we call them? The coach, the coaching courses, you know, the kind of brains that have been brought in, technical akina Kimanzi, you know. So it has really helped.
Okay.
Yes.
So and okay, nitarudi kwako kuhusu officiating. Quality of play.
Quality of play on the pitch, that's what you're talking about. Yeah, I think we are probably seeing more attractive football. As he put it, Murangasila playing some good football. Kariobangi Sharks are known to playing good football. Shabana, FC Leopards, surprisingly, also were playing good football. So if we are talking about football on the pitch, I think we have more teams playing the passing, entertaining passing football. That's on the pitch, but if I have to talk about the overall league quality, I think it's probably still wanting. But if there are a few teams playing some good, attractive football that fans definitely enjoy.
Okay, so we just say, in short, kuna teams ambazo zimeweza kuimprove.
Yes, that are entertaining us.
Okay. So, and also Hussein raised an issue about the untapped talent, maybe zile ambazo hazijaletwa kwa limelight. And he said that for these talents zipatikane kule, ziletwe, alikuwa anataka kutumia 3 pillars ambazo ni the past, looking at the past, present, and the future. Maybe, Mr. Producer, maybe we hear what Hussein talked about. Sorry? Sikupati? Okay, well, let's talk up. And I think what he talked about is the past. He said he was to involve the former players, like wale wenye wamecheza ball kitambo, awa incorporate, waingie kwa game, wasaidiane. So maybe, how has he done that? How has he incorporated former players into the game?
You can see, you can see the technical teams for the different categories on the national team. You'll find traces of former players in there. So that is one way of dealing with what he really promised. So yeah, that is there. That can
so
be
that
seen.
is happening.
That is happening.
Okay.
Look at Bruno Akwapo, look at Kago, Tawapata. Yes.
I honestly don't think that's a way of incorporating former players, because those former players were still there. We just have probably a different set of former players, because if, for example, you bring in Anthony Kimani to the national team and you take off Ken Odhiambo, you've just replaced another former player with another one. So maybe there should be a broader way of doing it, but if you're just talking about the different technical bench members, then most of those, if not all of them, were actually former players who were just there. So if I take former player A and bring in former player B, it's not really a way, you cannot say it's really a way of incorporating former players, but it's just actually replacing those who are there with probably those who are more loyal or more aligned. So
not really.
I really don't think
we're not replacing those who are there with those who are more loyal, but we are replacing those who are giving results against those who are not giving results. Those who had brought our football into disrepute and
now
made our football go down. They were there.
So can we point at can you pick at one who was brought in, let's say a technical bench member who has made things better than they were before?
Modo.
What has he done? We soaked in 8 goals against Senegal.
Against who?
Against Senegal.
Senegal.
We had never done.
That it's against Senegal. You know, you're saying
yes,
it's like it's against.
But you see, the thing is, we've played Senegal before. We had never conceded more than 3.
Tea, who are the champions of AFCON?
Senegal are.
Senegal.
It's not the first time they are winning.
Senegal.
We conceded 8 for the first time.
But we also, you look at the quality of football at Senegal. Yes, and compared to ours, respectively, ours is a bit low. All right. There's a time we also beat Djibouti.
Before you continue, I think, but a director, I'm told, video imekwama, so angalia hapo kwa picha. I think we are back. Okay, we are back. Maybe you can continue now.
Yeah, there's a time we also beat Djibouti 9-1. Yes, because our quality was a bit top compared to them. And then this is a game of football. Remember, Brazil was walloped 8 by Germany in Rio de Janeiro World Cup.
I think that solidifies my point that it was not really an improvement from those who were there.
It is an improvement if you look at Chan. How we performed at Chan. Yes, if you look at how we performed at Chan. In fact, tulijishtua hata sisi wenyewe. We didn't expect that.
Then what
you
happened?
know we beat Morocco.
What happened in our last game?
No, do you know we beat Morocco?
Yeah, I know that we beat Morocco in Chan.
Yes.
Then what happened in the last game the national team played?
Football. Which one? The one against Senegal?
Yes.
I mean, tukubaliane mimi na wewe. Senegal wako viwango vya juu kutuliko.
They've always been there. We met them in 2019 in Cairo. We conceded 8. So, okay, we are actually digressing. My point is, if you are taking a coach out of the national team who is a former player and replacing him with another one, I don't think it's more of it's not really an empowerment or giving out opportunities. It's more of just replacing a coach with probably a favorable or
but I think
not a favorable. How was Ken performing? Compared to how Modo is performing?
Maybe Bwana Director, you ready, you play us that clip so that you can really understand what Hussein meant. Hussein, according to me, the way I heard him, it's like he wanted to empower the former players and also bring them wasaidiane kujenga ball. So to me, I think he hasn't done a lot. Maybe Bwana Director, are you ready?
He's done something.
On the past,
if not a lot, he's done something.
One cannot successfully build a football industry
we need to
without the
done
involvement
something or not.
of individuals who have
Director, are you
built
ready?
the game as players. If you do not know where you are coming from, you will not know your destination. For a long time, former footballers, both male and female, who have brought glory to this country, have faced exclusion from the football ecosystem. The only time they are inculcated into the agenda of Kenyan football is during the time of elections and provision of coaching courses, albeit selectively. They rarely get involved in managerial or administrative sections of the game, despite having requisite skills. Former footballers require capacity building on other skills apart from coaching. These include, but not limited to, sports marketing, graphic design, video editing, content creation, copywriting, artificial intelligence, data analytics, and even sports journalism. The issue of alienation of former footballers through divide and rule tactics will end under my administration.
Umesikia venye amesema?
Nimesikia.
Awa incorporate kufanya nini?
Ni sawa. Unajua Nedi? Ni former footballer.
Yes.
Kwa secretariat. That's towards achieving what you were saying.
Hussein has talked about...
Unajua CEO?
Yes, Gisheru.
Na hata ule ametoka.
Harold.
Former footballer.
My question is, he just talked about empowering these players.
That is
wajue kuedit videos, wajue kunini.
Wamechukua tu kuedit video. Amesema apart from coaching peke yake, pia waweze kuingia kwa management na administration. Yenye hawakukuwa wanapatiwa chance ya kufanya.
Okay.
Yes.
Tell, what do you think?
I honestly don't think the mentioned people are really needed empowerment, if we are to be honest with ourselves. The former CEO, we know where he was working previously. That's not someone who needed any form of empowerment. The current CEO, he has served as a CEO somewhere, and he's actually running his business, which he was doing so well. Nedi, we all know what Nedi does on the side, at the background. You really can't say that handing Nedi another job on top of what she has is really empowering. We have people who really need empowerment.
Which other job?
We all know Nedi is a Kenya Defense Officer.
Yeah.
Yes. What kind of
that related to serving as the federations?
What's empowerment?
Empowerment. I mean, they're given opportunity now.
Empowering someone is going down. Someone who is more or less underprivileged. Let me use the word underprivileged, and bringing them to the top. You cannot say. Let me use an example from the outside. You cannot go and pick kids from Karen, Lavington, Runda, and take them somewhere saying you're empowering them. You're not empowering them. Those are already privileged people. those are already privileged people. We have former players who really need empowerment. We have former players who do not have anything going on in their lives. We have former players who we have covered living in abject poverty with no means of getting even food. Basic. Those are people who need empowerment. If you are dishing out job opportunities, for example, those are the people that you should prioritize. We all know Harold, for example, worked for the government. We know where the current CEO worked. Okay. We know where Nedi works. Okay. So I honestly, in my opinion, that's respectfully, I don't think that's empowerment.
Now,
that's dishing out opportunities.
Now, we have the position of the CEO of the federation.
Yes.
So you want us to bring someone who the only qualification that they have is that they are living in abject poverty.
No, I used your examples. You said that.
No, like you know you.
No, I used your examples. The examples you provided them, and I was telling you that these people are already privileged. They do not need. That's not empowerment.
That is empowerment.
It's not. It's not.
What could you compare?
It's not.
In terms of what now, let's say what Gisheru does in his own private life or being CEO for some other team. Can it be compared to being CEO for the federation?
It cannot be compared.
It cannot be compared.
Now, but now.
And you see, being CEO of the federation is not the ceiling. He can also go up and do something else for CAF.
So
go up and do something else for FIFA. So we have given him the opportunity. This is now empowerment. He can fumble with us here with this opportunity as he tries to grow himself for bigger opportunities.
So
that's how you look at it.
So according to you, 2 roles for former players as CEO, 1 out, 1 in. The other one, Women Football Secretariat, is the empowerment that was written in the manifesto of the Team Fresh.
It qualifies for empowerment. It qualifies as empowerment. If you look at it at a broader picture where now CAF, FIFA is involved and the other ladders, we've done.
So the federation promised empowerment through 3 roles.
Not through 3 roles, but at least we are trying. Remember, the manifesto is for 4 years. Okay. We only know the first year. So we are taking stock for 1 year.
It's the first year, as you have put it.
It's the first year.
Okay, so we give you time.
Solve everything. Have we started? That's why I asked, have we started anything?
Okay,
yes.
It's good that it's your first year and we will give you all the time. Maybe to recognize people like Kasisi wa soka anasema mnipe chance nikiwa wa kwanza. B-boy Harry anasema ajab sana wadau. Alan Omacha anasema Muranga Seal kuipiga vizuri, correlation na federation gani? Mora Faith pia yuko ndani. Kandada plug anasema director video imehanga, I think hiyo imekuwa sorted. Endelea kupeana opinion yako hapo kwa comment section. Wewe pia unaweza kutuambia opinion yako kuhusu whatever we are discussing. Now, another thing that came into the minds of football lovers is we have a scarcity of stadiums.
Yes.
And fresh start, kuna vitu wali promise kuhusu stadiums. And maybe kwa mtazamaji mwenye hakuwa kwa hiyo launch, maybe bwana director, let's hear what Hussein told us about the stadiums.
It is in this light that I propose that we have at least 2 or 3 eco-friendly 5,000 and 10,000 seater stadiums in each county to start with.
Amesema 5,000 seater stadiums in each county. Ni mwaka wa kwanza, tuwape time.
Unajua umemkata mahali katikati.
No, tunaendelea.
Alisemaje ndio afike hapa? Alisemaje? In collaboration
with the counties.
With the counties. Thank you. Now, I can also promise that in collaboration with Mosh, I'll ensure that we have more of this podcast to be able to help the people out there know where football is going. But now it's dependent that me and Mosh need to sit down and agree.
Okay.
Sawa. So, has the president met with these governors?
We don't know.
He has.
Okay.
Yeah, some of them, he has met with them. But you see now, they also run on a budget. Is it their priority that they have a stadium? All right? So it's all about lobbying and asking them, please, we need you to help us in terms of growing talent in your county. Please give us two eco-friendly stadiums.
Yeah.
I think that was rather ambitious from the FKF president. I honestly don't think he should have promised such a thing because, number one, even the national government, it's over 3 decades. The Talanta Stadium is the first major national project they are doing in over 3 decades. So the federation really had no probably business in promising stadia. Look at the county governments that he promised to work with. Kakamega, they are stuck. They had to run to the national government. The president is bailing them out. Look at Mombasa. They were stuck. The national government has come to bail them. Look at Uasin Gishu, the Kipchoge Keino Stadium. The government has come out to bail them. Go to Nandi, another Kipchoge Keino Stadium. The government has also come to bail them. I'm not sure there's any stadium that has been built. Even Kisumu, they promised, but now it has to. The government through the Kenya Defence Forces doing it. I don't think there's any county government that has overseen the construction of a stadium from start to finish to its conclusion because it's such an expensive venture. It's not a priority. It shouldn't even be a priority for any county government because there are better things to do, like healthcare, for example, that are more important. So I don't know if the FKF president was really serious about that one because you cannot say you'll partner with county governments that have not even done 50% of a stadium. And let me finish. Nipe time. Nilikupa time ukaongea. So easy county governments have already had issues finishing the stadium, the stadiums, and I'm not sure what it meant by partnership because I don't think FKF has the money to build a stadium unless it's the technical support. But again, even if you're providing technical support, you can't provide technical support where there is no adequate funds. So on that one, I'll probably excuse them. I can say it was more or less of ambitious. And to be honest, even if the current administration is given 20 years, that will never come to fruition. The bailing will always come from the national government, but I don't think there's any county government that will see the conclusion of a stadium. Even look at Nairobi, the biggest in terms of revenue. They are stuck with the Joe Kadenge Stadium. How many years? So my take is probably that it was not well thought. It was not well thought out, and if we are going to have stadiums complete ones, it's probably most definitely going to come from the national government.
Okay.
But Kevin Tea, being a sports journalist, a sports enthusiast, will you consider withdrawing that statement when you said that football is not more important to the counties than the other functions? I'm being
a very honest person and practical.
Not honesty.
It's honesty
that is not honesty.
And practical.
That is not honesty.
If you see, you and I love football and we want it as a priority.
Yes. But
there are masses, more people more than us who do not take football as a priority.
See, if we had the same thinking that you're doing right now,
yes.
Kevin Tea,
yes,
then we don't need to be building Talanta Stadium.
That's a national government project, and that's why it took 3 decades.
Okay, so it's a
national
government project.
Yes,
but do you mean that people now are not suffering because it's a national government project?
People are.
So what you need to say is football is also more important. Just as having medicine in the hospital.
It's not.
We have seen people, footballers who also construct hospitals. So money coming from football to do this thing.
Let's put it this way, Masese.
In football,
just a minute. Devolution has been here. The first election we had under the new constitution was in 2013.
Yes.
That's how many years? 13 years ago.
Yes.
Since then, for 13 years, we've not seen a county government, even one of the 47, complete a stadium. what's going to change within the next 4 years, the next 3 years. We actually have 3. There's none. We are being practical.
Like you need to. No, that's not being practical.
We are being practical.
You need to have hope that the governors, the governors will reduce corruption. The governors will reduce corruption so that it is possible. So that it is possible to build these stadiums. The governors can build this stadium. But the problem is corruption. But you cannot say that football will play second fiddle to any other functions.
It's playing second fiddle already.
It is.
It is.
And
it will always.
And why are you burying it more?
I'm not burying it. I'm being practical.
But the question is,
that's not being practical.
The question is, when you are looking for a public office, your manifesto should be the things you are going to do, not depending on someone.
You have to depend. I mean, the things you're going to do, kwani unafanya na nini?
No, ndio nakwambia, like
even the president of the Republic of Kenya says the things they are going to do with our money. Not
yes,
their money.
Yes, but hakuna place utapata rais anakwambia ati ninaenda kuongea na fulani tuwafanyie hii.
Lakini anaendanga.
No, that's why nakwambia.
Juzi hujasikia ameenda China. Ameenda China kuongea.
Nikichaguliwa naenda China.
You know, a manifesto huwa unaiunda zile vitu unaenda kufanya.
Ndio.
The things that you can be accountable.
Yes.
Ndio?
Yes.
So, your excuse hai tukipata rais wa shirikisho Hussein atatuambia ati counties zimekataa ama?
No, asijakataa. Vile ametaja vizuri kabisa. Zinaendelea. Hata kama ni national government imecome to their rescue, but zinaendelea. At the end of the day, stadiums tutakuwa nazo.
Okay.
Cha msingi stadiums tutakuwa nazo. Umepata?
Hizo mbili kwa kila county.
Naweza kosa kukua mbili, lakini tutakuwa na hizo stadiums kwa kila county. Tutakuwa functional.
Let's be honest, there is no any input ya federation kwa hizi construction stadiums and it's nowhere, none. Wapi? Moja, sema moja wapi? Wapi?
Unajua the things that
it's a simple straightforward question.
Bro, wapi?
Moja. Name one.
Unajua through hizi MOUs na zile meetings hawa president anakuwa nazo na hawa governors, unaona akienda kuwa meet, sio chai tu wanakunywa. Hizi ni vitu pia wanaongea.
Sema moja.
Governor ni aje, weka hii kitu ikuwe priority. Kuna county, kuna county na county governor na run league kweli.
No, ni stadium.
Ngoja. Hiyo stadium anatengeneza ya nini? Ya football. Na yeye ana function ya football kwa nini?
Ni kusupport football in the county.
Sasa kama ana support football in the county, unatoaje federation hapo?
They are not there. Bukungu ilianza kujengwa.
Hizi vitu kama hujaziona, sema sijaona, lakini usiseme haziko.
Stadium gani? Name one.
Usiseme haziko.
Name one.
Kama haujaona, sema mimi sijaona mali federation. Lakini usiseme ati hakuna.
Masese name moja.
Unaona? Ni mingi.
Name moja.
Nairobi.
Nairobi gani?
Nairobi si
gani?
President ameongea na Sakaja, ngono na Woodley ilikuwa inakimbia inakuja.
Federation
because hatuna nini.
Game gani federation
tuta Woodley? Hiyo meeting ilikuwa lini?
Hakuna.
Sasa ujui. Badala uniulize mimi, wewe unabishana.
Umetafuta lakini
Moshi unajua sasa hii lazima tuseme ukweli. Yeye amesema nimuone. Sasa mimi nakuona.
B-Boy Africa anasema I think on the empowerment topic the question should be how far has the federation approached and addressed the economic, professional, health, social and psychological needs of, if not all, but some of the former players. Kandanda Plug anasema, but it's a fact. Football is never a main concern to Kenyan government. There is a time funds meant for sports were even redirected to other more important development. It's in public domain that this government doesn't prioritize.
Usiende mbali, sports fund ilikuwa redirected actually the big percentage to healthcare, the universal healthcare. So
B-Boy Africa tena nasema Kevin Tea, we just lack goodwill, especially from the political class in the county level. That is why the interest in sports and football, to be precise, comes as a non-issue from fields of play to our grassroots leagues. Anima Ferrari, walai Masese usitaje uwanja wa Woodley kabisa. Hiyo ni CEO Makasa amesema toka hapo. CEO Makasa amesema utoke hapo.
Mbona nisitaje?
Anima Ferrari, thanks for watching. Alafu Junino Junior amesema Waisa Shavoke champion, listen keenly and make your judgment. Ni kama ameita mtu wake. Now ndio to move Hapo kwa issue ya KPL, the president also promised 8 stadiums kwa 8 regions.
8 stadiums, 8 regions, yeah.
Zenye zitatumika na KPL na NSL teams. Remember, saa hii hatuna viwanja. So, hizi 8 regions, maybe unaweza kutubrief kuna yoyote inaendelea ama...
Kisumu saa hii inaanza. Groundbreaking imefanywa.
Gani tena?
Zile, pia nikumbushe zile umetaja. Lakini si unazijua.
Wewe unazijua?
They are on record. Sindio? They are on record. You see, fundamentally we should agree that, and I also agree that the federation cannot build any stadium. Federation haiwezi.
Thank you.
Sawa. Hiyo nimekubaliana. Sawa. Lakini through partnerships and lobbying, hiyo ndo kitu yenye president alikuwa anamaanisha. Partnerships and lobbying. Yes. So pale Homa Bay tuko na kiwanja. Si yetu, lakini si kiwanja ya football.
It was built before Hussein was elected.
Lakini si ndio hiyo, si iko. Si imekuwa maintained. Hata Kasarani ilikuwa built before any of us was born. Lakini inafungwa saa hizi for
my take on this will be the federation has probably no business in promising to build stadium. I honestly don't think they have the capacity right now. And as I put it earlier, it was just of being ambitious. The only thing the federation can work now is probably the technical center in Machakos that's fully FIFA funded. They should, I know it will have a couple of pitches, training, and even some that can host matches. That's what the federation can do, and it's fully FIFA funded, because in terms of resources, I don't think FKF can acquire resources to build a stadium. Something that is not possible for a county to do fully. You can't really expect the federation to do it, and I hope they just do away that part of promising stadia. For example, you see,
we can't do away.
You can do. You see, you can't wake up and just say that we built or we are helping. We are helping maintain Homa Bay Stadium. We all know that stadium was taken over by the actually the national government, the Kisumu facility, national government through Kenya Defence Forces. So the federation should just focus on developing football. In terms of infrastructure such as the stadia, in all honesty, that's a long shot for them.
Okay, on the stadiums in other regions,
you cannot let a run away with that, because I mean, how are hospitals built? It's through lobbying. So we are the ones. The federation is the one mandated to run football in this country.
Yes.
You mean the federation has no business lobbying for stadiums to be included in the budgets?
Who runs stadiums in Kenya? Who maintains stadiums? Who builds and maintains them?
Fine, but I agree. There's a board that does that.
Thank you.
But are we the ones to lobby or not?
No.
We can't lobby.
Lobby to who?
From the government and the concerned people.
The government, if the government wants to build a stadia, the government will build a stadia. And from what we've seen in the last couple of months or the last 1 year, they are more of a...
If they want to...
Just a minute, must I say. The buildings or the construction underway are more of political proclamations or lobbying, political lobbying. For the federation, in all honesty, respectfully...
What do you mean? Like, Tia,
yes.
What do you think when the president of Football Kenya Federation is having a meeting with the president of the Republic of Kenya? What do you think they talk about?
I don't know. But let me put it this way.
How to grow football.
Yes.
So how to grow football, Hussein already has in his mind, we need stadiums. So those are the things that you'll be telling the president. So you see, as a result of those meetings and him telling the president, you see in my manifesto, I have promised 8 stadiums for us to grow football. Because now the president will be there asking, Mr. President, what do you need for us to improve football in this country? Then he'll bring in his manifesto and say, you see, if we have 8 stadiums in 8 regions, Mr. President, we will be good to go. Then Mr. President asks the PS or the... Please put this in the budget.
The good thing with the president, he's always very open with what he say, with his proclamations. Went to Kisumu, said, I've held the meeting with your senator, with your governor, and the MPs, women rep, and we've decided we are going to knock down the old stadium and put up a new one.
And you think
Relax.
the federation has
Nowhere,
nothing to do with that?
nowhere. The president did not mention them. He mentioned the people.
Let's do this. Even the audience
He
is
mentioned
watching
them.
and they know what Anima Ferrari is saying. Ama mdomo iliteleza hapo kwa building stadiums. Maybe iliteleza.
I also think so.
Mdomo haikuteleza.
Another plug ni kama according to Masese, Hussein Mohamed has an input in the construction of Moi Sports Center Kasarani. Then
Not Hussein Mohamed the person, but the president.
okay. Halano mache. Masese roho inataka sana kutetea federation lakini facts zinamfanyia ile kitu. Ronaldinho alikuwa anafanyia wenzake in his prime. Alafu Omemu Andrew anasema kutetea fresh start kweli ni ngumu.
Sio ngumu.
Kaka Beru anasema there is a difference between stadium construction and renovation. Kenya has never built a stadium for 3 decades. Let's get the facts right. Ask self-proclaimed Fkf accountability officer to substantiate that.
Partner. I know Kakaberu. Kakaberu is my friend and is my
Okay, now
junior.
kuna hii story alisema ya regions na kuna kitu nataka to pick. Maybe bwana producer give us what Hussein said about KPL NSL 8 stadiums za regions.
Model to upgrade at least 10 pitches across the country in 8 regions. We will upgrade 2 standard pitches in Coast Region, 1 in Nyanza, 1 in Western, 1 in Upper Rift, 1 in Lower Rift, 1 in Eastern, and 2 in Northeastern.
There is something ameongelea kuhusu North Rift, Lower Rift, gile Northeastern huko. Western and Nyanza tunaweza sema tunaziona. North Rift ni gani? Ama kama uji South Rift? Anyway, that
Lakini kuna hizo zenye unaziona.
anyway,
Alafu ni mwaka moja.
sawa.
Kwa ine miaka.
I think there is another issue that has been really eating up the Kenyan football na ni league sustainability, like league kujisustain, teams zilipwe wachezaji walipwe fiti. And Hussein Mohamed talked about this. Maybe bwana director give us the where Hussein talked about the league sustainability.
In leagues and competitions, because once we build the infrastructure, we also need viable and sustainable leagues, but also leagues that are attractive. We will develop, as we develop the infrastructure, we must also find ways to ensure our leagues, tournaments, and competitions are lucrative ventures that are self-sustaining. Our leagues, tournaments, and competitions are lucrative ventures that are self-sustaining.
Okay, what was behind him saying anataka ku make league ikuwe sustainable?
Si watu walipo vizuri.
Or is it happening or it's something that you guys are working on?
It's work in progress.
Okay.
Remember, it's only 1 year. In this 1 year, we've been able to host Chan. It may take a lot of our time. Unajua ukicheka unafanya audience waone kama ni mchezo. But that is the truth.
No, bila cheka
Wewe mwenyewe 1 year 2 months. Yes, so it's work in progress. Deal signed with SportPesa.
Okay.
Kuna deal signed with
Azam.
Azam was there. There's a deal that was signed for the Women FA Cup. But I can't really remember that name, but that deal was signed.
Okay.
There's a deal with Kente State for beach soccer. You see, so yeah, there is some good progress. Not there, but there's some good progress towards that.
Kevin, is there anything you see that is happening?
It's difficult. That one, on that path, I don't think, or in terms of welfare, bado sana. If you still have clubs in the top tier that have not paid for paid players for 1, 2, 3 months, and they still have licenses to operate, it becomes difficult. And Masese is talking about the sponsorship deal signed. Do you know, we went from clubs getting around 10 point something million per season to 2.89 or thereabout. So I don't think moving from 10 million to 2.8 per season for a top flight club. And you know, some of these clubs, actually the 2.8 million cannot run a team for a month in terms of salary and other logistics. So in terms of welfare, I think we've declined, if we are to be honest. We are not doing well. But again, it's more about attracting more partners. But as of now, just to answer the question straightforwardly, it's an area we are doing really, really badly.
Okay.
Yeah.
And hapo kwa sustainability ya leagues, tunaweza assume wanaume wanafanya vizuri in the women's side, because Hussein said something about the women's league. Maybe is something happening hapo kwa madem?
I think talks are there with a couple of sponsors. I think just waiting for a serious one, which would look like the league that we have.
So do you think
Masese has been gracious enough to admit that Bado promised a broadcast partner, there's none. Promised a league sponsor, still there's none. And I really wish there were basics, some really progress, some slight progress, even if you do not have a league sponsor or a broadcast partner. Maybe some small thing, like let's say insurance partner for the league, and to ensure those girls probably get treated when they get injured, because other than the parastatal clubs, for example, like Kenya Police and Ulinzi Stars, the rest, when players get injured, it becomes really a big challenge. And if it's a bad injury, especially for women football, it's very easy for them to quit. I really wish we could get a medical partner, so that these women, female footballers have insurance to ensure they get treated. At least I know they are not paid. Most clubs don't pay, but let at least their welfare in terms of medical be taken care of. As for women football in general, other than qualifying for WAFCON, women football is really, really struggling badly, and maybe you can just hope. Masesa say there are partners coming on board, or there are talks ongoing. Let's hope they come on board soon, because women football is going through not so
because
good.
of the same note, Masese, the under-17 that went to the World Cup is the same under-20 that has been bundled out of the qualifiers. You agree with that? Is that a good sign?
It's not a good sign, but it's just football. Yeah, it's just football.
Okay.
We were not lucky enough. You see, it's not like we were not bundled out. We did not qualify.
Okay.
Yeah, we won 1-0 when they had lost 1-0 and went to post-match penalties, which I mean, in Kiswahili we say haina mwenyewe, penalty haina mwenyewe. So
okay.
That was just football. Yes.
And maybe we hear what Hussein Mohammed talked about when he talked about he was looking at investing and dedicating resources to women football. 11.
And we will keep investing and dedicate resource mobilization to the girls and to the teams. Other than that, we of course will look at innovation in other areas, programs that are tailor-made for the respective women age groups, and bring it to the mainstream media.
So that is what he said, and I think we are agreeing together that not a lot is happening. And maybe there is Immaculate. You know Immaculate?
The former referee?
The former referee.
He's in the technical department of the federation.
Yes.
Yeah.
She was in that launch. And this is what she said. Maybe Bwana Director gave me the soundbite of Immaculate.
Because it tells you that when you
Do we have it?
invest a country where we have an equity. But again, we are looking at a country where we have equitable resources in terms of allocation to women. Let's take an example of equal pay for women. You're playing in the Premier League. The men are getting 100,000, the women are getting 20,000, and yet we are paying this. We have the same play time. Then why don't we make it equal to the women? Both men and women get the same shares. It's not about the gender. It's about the sport. It's about the workmanship that is being put in the sport. And we are also looking at professionalizing the women's league. You talked about media. I was very keen when you're discussing that. How many women matches are being televised? It is a fresh start. And I'm looking at an opportunity for the women's league to be televised in all the stations that are televising men's league.
Yes.
Are we a lesser human being? That is the question I'm putting out there. If we can go to the World Cup, then we are equally entitled to be given the equal resources available to run football in this country.
So she's talking about equitability. Wao pia walipo wenye wanaume wanalipwa. Let me hope that that is work in progress because imetoka kwa dem.
It can only be work in progress. I mean, other than football, pia kwa the mainstream leadership, we're also struggling with the 2/3 gender rule, ensuring that women have equal spaces as men have in terms of leadership. Worldwide, it's still the same. I mean, women football, hailipi sana vile men's football inalipa comparatively to those regions. Yes.
Anima anasema tuongezee maombi hapo. WAFCON lazima we shake those teams in Rabat. We are not serious in terms of welfare of our players. The current SportPesa sponsorship deal is the one of the worst football deals in Kenya. Hussein will fail us terribly. Anyway, miaka 4 sio mingi itaisha. We must have football administration who understands the game. We need former footballers to run our football. Talking about sponsorship, Hussein talked about the previous regime giving teams 10 million a season. I'm not so sure how much they are giving teams currently, but I would like our producer first because tunataka pia msikilizaji asiseme ni vitu tunaunda. Maybe tusikie Hussein alisema nini kuhusu teams kupewa 10 million.
My administration will develop FKF women's football strategy, a comprehensive one, to chart the course of how FKF. My administration will follow an economic model that pursues sustainability in growth. We will combine efforts towards revenue growth, diversification, alongside cost containment that will result in profitability and solvent financial structures that will allow FKF to undertake investments required to carry out these activities. These shall inevitably mean that we must, and I repeat, we must restructure how national leagues are run and governed.
venue switches. I think it's doing well. The National Super League, not bad either. But if you're talking about structure, there is a proper chaos in the FKF Division 2, for example, the Cosmopolitan one. Nairobi Metropolis is the name. As we speak, we have 2 leagues running concurrently. One run by an FKF NEC member and a few chairmen. The other one run by another NEC member and other few chairmen. So if we're almost halfway through the season and we have 2 leagues running parallelly, so I'm not sure that's a proper structure. And if we were really serious about having structures, the thing would have been to stop those the 2 leagues, and bring these 2 factions to a table to ensure there is consensus. Otherwise, I can say in terms of structure, we are not badly off, but there's a lot to be done.
Guys, kindly confirm kama kuna sauti, ndio tuendelee. Kuna sauti? Hebu mconfirm tafadhali. Iko sauti? Okay, kama sauti imerudi, I think hapo kwa structures tumenini. So, Hussein alisema kwamba teams zimekuwa zikipata 10 million, sio? So, let us hear, he promised teams that teams zinafaa kwenda home na 50 million at the end of the season. I think bwana producer number 15.
KPL's administration must have a level of autonomy that shall promote professionalism and good governance in the running of the league. This will ensure transparency, accountability, and integrity. We shall eventually attract sponsorship and corporate partnerships back into the league. Vile Matacha amesema hapa before, there is no reason why KPL champions should not take home at least 24 million in prize money. And to addition to that, there's no reason why the participation revenues should be less than 20 million. The KPL winner at the end of the season should at least take home all 50 million shillings at a minimum.
At a minimum at the end of the season. Any plans? Tunaelekea huko?
Tunaelekea. Tutafika.
So hii season
hii ni mwaka ya kupanga mikakati. Mikakati 1 2 3 zinapangwa.
And maybe before Taya comes in, how are you guys going to achieve this? 50 million is not small money.
You're also not a poor country. Don't you think so? You know a shilling, 1 shilling, 1 Kenyan shilling is equivalent to 20 shillings in Tanzania.
I think hata Masesa anajua whatever he's saying is largely unrealistic, because if you're talking about 50 million for the prize money, right now all the 18 clubs in terms of grants are getting 51 million Kenya shillings split across the 18 teams. So where exactly, what's the miracle that's going to happen to ensure that just the league winner alone is going to get Kenya shillings 50 million? Right now, every club is getting around roughly 2.8 million the whole of season. What miracle is going to happen in the next year for teams to get much more than that, or much more than the 10 million that the president said was little then? So in terms of finances, in terms of funding teams through sponsorships, I don't think we are going to get a breakthrough anytime soon, because the deal we signed, for example, that I found crazy, is for the next 10 years. So if you've committed the league, the major title sponsorship, it's not something small. It's not just like a sleeve sponsor. Let's say a sleeve sponsorship for a club, for example. It's the main league sponsorship for the next 10 years. Then that's more or less slavery for the next 10 years, because even the increment that will come annually is just a drop in the ocean. So in terms for the league, for the Kenyan Premier League, I think it's going to be a rough road for the next decade.
And I think there is something you guys are missing.
Yeah.
50 million is for the winners.
Yeah.
Remember, according to the video, Hussein said each participating team should go home with 20 million.
Ooh.
Ama
Yeah.
mkusikia?
ID minimum. Minimum
of
20
Kila
million.
team.
Where
team.
are we going to get the money from?
Saizi zinapata ngapi tea?
Right now they're getting around 2.8 million. So we are probably it's supposed to be 9 times of the current amount, and I don't know. I don't know. We are not going to get that money. Not anytime soon. Let's just be honest with ourselves.
Okay, maybe we look at
Tea anakuwaga hopeless.
No, I'm not hopeless. Tell me, convince us that from the deal that the 1.2 billion 10-year deal that was signed, show me the formula of how a team is going to get a minimum of 20 million per season. Just how do you go around that math?
I mean, it's not a math that it's pegged on that only.
But that's the main sponsorship
what
deal.
is the idea behind the promise?
I don't know.
Yeah, in terms of league sponsorship, I think clubs are really going to struggle because this is the main sponsorship. It's 1.2 billion. It's a roughly 2.8 or 2.9 million per season for per club. If we are going to have an increment next season, it's probably going to be of 100 or 200,000, and that's will be the sequence until the end of the deal, which is 10 years. So Masese is trying to say that the money could come from somewhere else, but I'm trying to see it this way. If this is the main sponsor for the league giving you this, I don't think you'll get more money elsewhere, more than what the league sponsor is really offering you at the moment. And even if you were to complement with that from the broadcast partner, which was not part of the 10 million promise, it's still not going to get to that amount. So whatever, a minimum of 20 million is a long shot, maybe.
In short, Anima amepiga hesabu 20 million kila club, tunafaa tukuwe na 360 million per season.
360 million per season.
That's actually possible. That 300 it's not, you see,
possible.
That's what is the 360 million is the 60%. As you know, the sponsorship, 40% of it goes to the federation. Yeah. So it's 360 million is equals to 60%. So for the clubs to get 360 million, what's the 100%? Is probably around 600 million. Who is going to give you 600 million when you committed to 85 million per season?
This is 600 million per season.
Yes.
600 million per season.
Yes, roughly around there.
Tunataka power. This one we need power. But okay, to be honest, I mean that was a very shoddy deal that we signed, the 1.2 billion deal. I mean, and I think it was wrong for the president to commit 10 years while even himself a maximum that he can be in office is 8 years. I mean, on that one, I am not with him. That one.
Equality in football. Equality in football is a serious matter. The Women's League deserves the same urgency, structure, and respect as any other league. We need to treat this as a priority and act accordingly. When Winnie Mandela, Ochi Weida, kutoka Mesopotamia, anasema, what's your take on Women Football League not having sponsorship up to now? Teams are dishing walk-off. I think the other day Kisumu All Starlets. Brigid anasema hapo women's football nayo kuna kazi. History at talks for sponsorship has been there since last year and nothing tangible seems to be coming out of these talks. Anima Sherara amesema Shikanda versus Masharia. I think that is the division.
The Metropolis.
Talk about it. Alafu Masese apewe ta mwingine.
Huyo nani?
Kekeroi. Host wetu ni mpenzi mtazamaji, then kuna otherwise I think on that one kidogo, okay, let's hope maybe the president has his own ways.
No, we cannot hope. Hapo
umenawa.
Hapo we cannot hope.
Okay, another thing, hili kitu ambayo imekuwa ikitusumbua sana. Fans and hooliganism. And the president said something about this. Maybe producer number 19, tuweze kusikia president alisema nini kuhusu hooliganism.
Without funds, the commercialization without funds, the commercialization of football is impossible. We must have a robust program that will make sure we also pool funds but retain funds. However, hooliganism from a few rogue elements have threatened the future of the sport. To curb this vice and offer better match-day fun experience, my administration will commit to the development of anti-hooligan architecture of football grounds and targeted legislation against hooliganism.
Nisikia. So president amecommit kwamba kwa term yake hooliganism haitakuwa, ataweka anti-hooliganism structures. Maybe hooliganism bado iko.
Yeah, I think we witnessed 2 incidents under this current administration. The one that at Kisii, very unfortunate, it left a lot of people injured. There was one at Dandora, caused much abandonment, Gor Mahia versus Nairobi United versus Gor Mahia. So in terms of that, I honestly don't think much has been done, much has been achieved. And to curb hooliganism, you really can't wake up one day and say, I'll curb hooliganism. It takes concerted efforts, the government, the fan bases, clubs, the federation. So it needs proper and well thought out efforts put together, first of all through education. You really need to educate fans properly to understand why the vice taints our football. Clubs need also to be taken through proper protocols on how to handle fans. That's including the stewards, the government, the security, the law enforcers are from the government. I think some of the incidences in the stadium are sometimes caused by the police because they don't know how to handle football fans. You use anti-riot measures to handle hooliganism, for example. It does not really work. So far, I can honestly and genuinely don't think anything has been done about that. Because if we had done something, probably what happened in Kisii will not have repeated itself at Dandora. So on my end, I think bado sana kuna there's much to be done.
Maybe Masese, is there anything being done to curb hooliganism?
Yeah. I think the federation has trained over 50 GSU officers on stadium safety. I mean, that is a step towards ensuring that we curb hooliganism. But I also want to ask Taya, what do you think about CAF? How did we perform in terms of curbing hooliganism and engaging the fans the correct way?
There was no real hooliganism during Chan. It was just
we did well.
Yeah, I think on that one something was done. And
we did well. Something.
Who? We were talking about the police.
Police under the federation.
No, the security of Chan was under CAF, not under the federation. The Dr. Emuro was here. He was
when we went wrong. When we went wrong in the few incidences that we went wrong,
yes,
who was being fined?
The federation.
So you mean it was not the federation?
The funds belong to a country, and the country falls under a member association, which is yes. So if your funds cause problems to us, CAF security, we fine you. So it's you to educate your fans on why they should not, for example, go over the fence. Okay. Yes, but if you are talking about security,
between CAF and FKF,
yes,
who was providing security for Chan?
CAF. The security for Chan was under CAF, strictly under CAF.
Okay.
Yes.
Before we continue, I'm told we have a call. Hello? Hello? Yes. Sorry?
Michezo ya wasichana, football for ladies,
Yes.
it has gone so down. Na haileti picha mzuri sana.
Yes.
I don't know why, what the federation is doing on that. And also, how can the federation also help in nurturing these girls' talents from school and improving their talent? The focus has been on men football for a very long time.
Okay.
I want to concur with that lady that played on the clip that we also need to what as a panel, what do you think can be a way forward?
Producer sauti ya call haiendi live. Yeah, continue Uma.
So I don't know how the federation
Juu hata kama ni kwenda kila siku na Saturday Sunday siingii. Tunaona kama huko kwenye nilikuwa jana niliona wana
kwa sababu ladies are also
tunaenda a whole week. Lakini kuna fly moja in a week.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much Uma, and thanks for watching. I think Uma ako concerned na kuna echo
na ni mali unafanya kazi ushazoea. Unajua ushazoea kitu ni rahisi kuliko
women's football. And yeah, so tulikuwa hapo kwa voice iko chini wangwana wale wako studio, and we apologize to all our fans. Mnajua this is our first show, so hizo technical hitches lazima zikue, alafu I think from today henceforth tutakuwa sawa. Chan security was provided by Lock and Fkf, guided by the tenets of Fkf safety and security regulations. Huyo anaitwa
Kiarie Mbugwa.
Yes.
Mtoto wa Mama Shiko.
Mtoto wa Shiko. Mama Shiko.
Umesikia Kevin Tea?
Under the tenets of CAF and
No,
Dr. Emurua was here.
Provided by who? Huyo kijana unajua anakuwa na kizungu mzito sana. Huyo Kiarie Mbugwa. Akiwa ametulia anaweza andika kizungu mzito sana.
Unajua kuna vitu aliacha kutumia akakuwa serious, akafocus na life. Vitu zenye nataka kuambia watu ili kuwe kivingine. So on top of that, the federation promised kwamba hakutakuwa na ikoitwa mbeko kuomba waheshimiwa kwa sababu federation itapeana pesa. Hii pesa kweli waendelee ama hebu tusikie what Hussein said.
For football clubs, especially the team owners, I know your pain. You have constantly handled the financial pressures of soaring costs and revenue uncertainties. Zile siku za kutafuta waheshimiwa na kuomba na kutafuta partnerships ya kwenda tu game moja, I want it to be a thing of the past.
Sijasikia.
Leo peke yake president amekuwa MCF.
Volume iko down according to comments.
Ni leo ama ni nimeona leo alikuwa
leo?
MCF.
Na NEC members.
Na NEC members.
Nani huyo?
President Hussein alikuwa na MCF unachosema tunatoka sisi league na tunatoka. Tunaenda pesa hakuna. So I think on that front bado.
Yeah.
I concur with Moses. MCF ndio wamefold, wamepull out kwa league. And you know, for MCF it's actually a sad situation because ni timu haijakuwa na financial issues. Unajua kuna timu unaweza sema this team has been.
Hold on there, we have another call. Hello. Hey, mambo vipi bro?
Poa sana.
Ongeza sauti baba.
Okay.
Tunaongea na nani?
Hello.
Hey.
Naitwa Marori
Wycliffe.
Yes, Wilfred
Marori.
Niko poa.
Yes, sema.
Ninataka kuchangia hapo.
Changia mzee.
Sasa mimi nataka kwanza nashukuru show na shukuru Most Junior nina watch. But nataka tu tuwekane sawa. Unajua sometimes tuzidanganye zile vitu zenye ziko. One, mambo ya projects upgrading the field and what and projects generally, it is under the federation, because wao ukisoma hata article 42 ya constitution, hiyo mambo ya public relations ni ya president. Afanye negotiation na government ndio walete project, afanye negotiation na CAF na FIFA. So government ama FIFA hawezi kuja kutengeneza uwanja without the federation kuapproach na waambie tunataka mtu apugedie hii na hii na hii.
Okay.
Number 2, hii kama hiyo story ya when tournaments are being organized like AFCON yetu tunaenda na CHAN yetu tumetoka. It is learned by CAF, lakini sasa wakikuja wana deal na Football Association yenye ni Kenya. So it is not about government. Government wanakuja in because they are the owners of, wao ndio wana own, for example fields, wao ndio wako na maaskari, but they are being incorporated. Yes. But the whole thing is about the federation. Then thirdly, hiyo point yenye mmeingilia hiyo yenye mmeingia ya mwisho about sponsors, president and promise. Yes, I promise and actually is progressing on the same, but also let's see the key thing. Before he took over, what was the agreement zenye zilikuwa signed about the hizo sponsorships? Najua pia that's the biggest thing yenye Taya anajua na kuna facts na hawezi tuambia. Ya kwamba huwezi ingia kwa ofisi na kuterminate contract zenye zilikuwa initially na agreement zenye zilikuwa kama maybe asijaisha. Kama asijaisha then it means you will incur at expense. Then number 2, status ya mpira ilikuwa by the time ulete sponsor on board. Unajua sponsor is about the product. Anataka kuweka pesa kwa kitu gani? Hiyo quality hiyo football iko to the higher level. Muongelea about officiating. Referee ametolewa division 1 to Premier. Do you think your referee ata perform? Hawezi perform. Hiyo football ikirudi chini, then it is hard for a sponsor kukuja on board because now the product yenye anataka kukuja kuuza iko chini. So if it singine it will take time sikue. Singine at least the federation has tried mpaka imeanza kunyoroza. That's why unaona mpaka sahi appointment ya referee is in public domain. Hata sasa even the public can analyze and say, sahi unaona hata referee kama ni kuwa reprimanded, it is in public domain. So Premier League imeanza kunyorozeka. Mungu akisaidia tena tukianza NFL ikuje. Na vitu zitaendelea kusonga, at least we can say there is something which is going on and there is progress in the federation.
Now Marori, I have one question to you.
Yes sir.
The new regime wakiingia walipata how many contracts were running?
Of course, there were contracts. Okay, I cannot speak on behalf of the federation, and I cannot say Mingapi because I'm maybe it's well sure. But it's a sponsorship. It's a sponsorship. Ilikuwa Azam ilikuwa.
Azam, yes.
Yes, Azam ya broadcasting ilikuwa. Tulikuwa na hii ya tournament ya Mozart Cup. So yenye president ameleta ni tournament, I mean ni ya sport pesa hii ya Premier League,
of which according to numbers
yes
it's below what walipata. That is the issue, because
below what
yes, because during the last regime teams were pocketing 10 million a season. Currently teams are going home with 1.2 million. 2.8, sorry.
Yes.
So that is where we are asking, are we progressing or going backward?
Now the reason kwa nini hiyo pesa imerudi chini tunafaa kujiulizana. Product kitu yenye unanunua, is it what you are giving out? Okay. Upira pia ilikuwa isharudi chini ndugu yangu. That is the big, hiyo ndio reason.
Upira quality
ya sawa. Thank you.
Nimeshukuru, asante. Okay, quality ya football ilikuwa chini. That is why we went for product. Tulipeana product yetu for 1.2 billion for 15 years.
10 years.
According to Marori. I think tukiendelea mbele Okay, as per Kiari Mbugwa's assertion provided by means sourced by LOC and FKF, as in CAF haiwezi leta personnel kufanya kazi Kenya. Well, apart from their secretaries and technical team. That is Kekeroi. Then kuna call nyingine. Hello. Amekata. So ndio to move because of time pia. Hapo kwa hiyo manifesto, Hussein Mohamed talked about collaborating with clubs in marketing and branding. And guess what? There is another call. Amekata.
Kwa vipi?
Poa sana, mambo?
Niko fresh sana, mko salama?
Tuko fiti. Nani huyu?
Huyu ni Kaka Beru. Salimia sana King Masese.
Kaka Beru, King Masese, salamu mingi.
Asante.
Asante sana. So, these are my views in regards to the state of our football. I'm a fanatic. Mimi ni mtu ambayo I love football, and Masese can tell. Currently, I'm supporting a Division 2 team, that is Vision FC. Now, kuna a lot of confusion sana. Na swali yangu inaenda direct to the mi wanamuita self-proclaimed FKF accountability officer, because in all this conversation nakuta yeye anaegemea sana upande wa federation, and inafaa play the role of accountability. And what is happening at Metropolitan League, because atuelewi, we don't know nani ambaye anapewa mandate ya kupromote team na kurelegate team, because we are worried tunaweza kuwa tunacheza, and then at the end of the day tuambie kwamba now this league is null and void. What will happen? So I think hii conversation ambayo mmeanza kuleta, this is a good conversation, and in conversation afai kuwe frequently, so that sisi football stakeholders tukue part and parcel of what is happening in our football. And then lastly, hii deal ya SportPesa ambayo I think this is one of the most shoddy deals that we've ever had as a country as far as football is concerned, because when you look at the same deal, look at, for instance, Yanga will sign a similar deal kimoja. Na ukikuja Kenya, 18 clubs zina share that money for a period of 10 years. Yet Yanga will sign deal ya 3 years. You know, tusikue tu tunapiga makofi. You know, we've been talking about league, each club kupewa 10 million per season, and then club sasa inapewa 2.8 million. Where are we heading as a country? You see? So we need to have a serious conversation as far as football is concerned. Hapa mashinani kuna shida mingi sana ambayo inaendelea hapa mashinani. Ask that King Masesa atakwambia shida ambayo inaendelea pale mashinani. Yeye ana run a Division 2 team. I'm supporting a Division 2 team. This is a conversation ambayo inafaa to have when we are sober.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. I think amerudi kule ambapo tulianzia. There is a question here from Oduor Adunga.
Lakini naweza mjibu, huyo ni rafiki yangu.
Okay, mjibu.
Just a minute. Yeye anajua na wari yake anajua mali iko. Nilimkataza usicheze Nairobi Metropolitan League. Hiyo league haiko sanctioned na FKF. Ni wrong. So unasikia mwenyewe anasema anaogopa, anaweza cheza ikuwe null and void. It is not too late. Rudi kwa ile ligi correct.
Okay. Oduor Adunga alipa kuna swali. Masese anapita mara 3.
Ndio.
Ile ni timu gani mlitupatia futsal hata kama ilikuwa limited time? Omera hapo nao mlitupima.
Au kupimwa, ni vile wewe umezoea kupinga tu. Au kupimwa.
Wewe ndio ulikuwa coach wa hiyo timu?
Mimi nilikuwa team manager wa hiyo team.
Okay.
Hii futsal kwanza adipo lazima tuielewe kwanza. Alafu ndo sasa tufanye nini tuweze kucriticize. Wewe una criticize hata kitu hujui. Mimi niliona watu wanasema ati tunapigwaje bao 8? Umewatch futsal ukaona watu wanapigango bao ngapi kwanza? Ndio ujue sio mpya na sisi. Umepata? Si mpya na sisi na ijaanza na sisi. Na tujafungwa 8 kavu, 8-4, 16. Umepata? So that was the best that we could assemble at that time. So all we can say is tunaweza tuka-improve through collaboration and partnership. Si criticizing na kutaka kufanya tukani kama sisi ni watu wabaya.
So in short, you are the current team manager.
TM wa taifa, mimi nafanya taifa kazi. Sasa tofauti yangu na mwanajeshi hakuna.
Endelea kufanya kazi.
Sisi ni taifa.
Now on the next item ilikuwa Hussein Mohamed, the FKF president, promised to collaborate with clubs in marketing and branding. Guess what? Hii promise alisema day ya kwanza anaingia kwa ofisi anafanya. Sikiza.
Tumesikiza. Kama alisema alisema.
21.
We shall have to work with clubs to build capacity in branding and marketing if they are to be self-sustaining in the long term. My administration shall facilitate these capacity building programs from the onset of our term in office. Hakuna kungoja. Day 1 tukiingia hivi ofisi, tunaanza program yetu.
Tunaanza program yetu. Tunaanza program yetu. Umeona ofisi mpya ya AFC Leopards?
Tumeona.
Inakaje? Sinakaa poa?
Fiti sana. Ambani is doing a good job.
Ina raise the brand that is AFC Leopards. Si hizo ndo vitu president ameongelelea. Umeona Shabana?
Branding and marketing. President mentioned capacity building. I don't think I've seen any capacity building exercise or activation from them in terms of branding and marketing. So maybe imefanyika, but rarely do I miss anything football related. So mi sijaona. The only thing that happened was a meeting between the federation, the broadcaster, and the league sponsor at the start of the season. There was a meeting, but what happened there was not really capacity building because there were not really experts there to impart knowledge, but it was more of actually a meeting. So in terms of branding, I can't say we are badly off. We are not badly off there, but there's clubs that are really still struggling. I'm not going to name them, but anyone who watches football will know kuna clubs in a struggle sana na branding. Marketing this league, other than social media, the only other thing I've seen is the league sponsor who tries to put some banners and posters. There's a lot. What I can say is that in terms of marketing and branding this league, we still have we still have a long way to go. We are not yet there. I don't know if there are genuine efforts to do it because honestly I don't see much because that's a space that I'm in. I'm reading much in that space. Sioni much in that other than social media posts here and there. There is a lot to be done. But maybe my sister says these are teething problems. Let's see what they have for us. But what I can say, these are bad signs.
It's the first year. It's the first year. Bado miaka 3. Next thing, referees payment. Unajua ni kitu imekuwa na issues tu. Hata wamelipwa. Niliona ukipost kitu wamelipwa.
Last time I checked walikuwa wamelipwa pesa ya December. I think November, December. Na partly la season although kuna pesa la season bado wanadai. Kuna hata hii ya December, November kuna wenye walipata. Kuna wenye bado walikuwa nasema hawajapata, so I don't know what exactly was happening. Cup wamelipwa. But kuna pesa la season wanadai na kuna pesa la season yenye waliambiwa watalipwa. Hiyo waliambiwa the previous administration hawatalipwa.
So in short kuna doa hawajalipwa.
No, yes, in all honesty, yes, last season kuna wenye hawajalipwa, pesa ya Januari hawajalipwa. Hata ya December na November siko sure kama wote wamepata. I'll have to check with my sources. So I think referee payment is becoming is still not becoming because it has always been, it's still an issue. Last December walilipwa after kulikuwa na some sort of ghost loss because referee walikuwa nakataa confirm appointment. Unatumiwa referee anatumiwa appointment ya game, referee na nyamaza, so wakapigwa kakitu. Juzi pia walikuwa wameanza kupiga kelele, wamepigwa kitu. And I don't think that's how it should be. Isikuwe ni referee wana threaten kugoma or rather wanapiga kelele ndio walipwe. It's a job like any other. Some of them, some actually solely depend on this and they see it as their future. So I really wish we could streamline your part ya kulipa referees because only then can you demand the best performance. Unajua uwezi demand maziwa from ngombe au lishi. So let's pay them and that's only when we can demand the best from them.
Masese mnadaiwa
no, resources are scarce in nature.
Okay.
Resources are scarce in nature. But they're trying at the level best to ensure that the situation is not very dire.
Okay.
Yes.
And maybe we listen to what Hussein Mohammed said during the launch. And producer, kindly.
To referees, in the recent past, they have faced a myriad of challenges: minimal and delayed remuneration, unfair talent promotions, intimidation, physical or verbal abuse from sometimes players, unfortunately, the technical bench, and even members of the fans who have it has almost become the norm. This is very unfortunate, but these challenges also create an unsafe environment that sabotage the development of match officials and creates performance problems like match fixing. These challenges stem all the way from the grassroots of football to the top tier leagues. My track record on how I managed referees at extreme sports speaks for itself. They were appointed on merit and were always paid on time. I will make sure that continues.
I will make sure that continues. He has mentioned match fixing. Bro, match fixing. Kuna allegations mob tu zinaendelea kwamba there is a lot of questionable decisions from referees, performance mostly from goalkeepers. Watu wanajiuliza maswali mingi na kwa sahi I can tell you for free. Watu wanasema kama kuna league watu wana fix matches ni ya Kenya. What do you think about match fixing?
Wachezaji wanajilipa.
Mike ya Masese ongezeni volume kidogo tafadhali.
Wachezaji wanajilipa. Wanajilipa sana. And it's really costing our level of football quality. Yeah, it's sad. I mean, I think the players, especially the goalkeepers, are even more now they're overworking more than the referees.
Yes.
in terms of match fixing, because you look at the kind of goals that they are conceding, they even don't need the referee to help. The only thing that the referee needs to do is point at the center and say it's a goal. Yeah, so it's a very big vice. But interestingly is that the current CEO is also the head of integrity at FKF. Yeah. I don't know. I really don't know. I think it's high time that the president did the separation of powers and division of labor, so that substantively we also have someone who is really dealing with this. But you see, now the problem is, even with the match fixing, it is not a report of the federation that we have discovered that there is match fixing. The federation is also a spectator who is also waiting to see, hey, you mean this thing is going on? Now that is the saddest part. Like we need to see the federation saying we have done our investigations and we have found that Masese is involved in match fixing. Not for them to be recipients of the news themselves like we do. Yeah. So on that, we have not done much and we are not doing anything.
Yeah.
For now, I can say the match. I can treat them as allegations. You see, until umepatikana na solid evidence, you planned, you received money, you promised to fix a game, I can treat them as allegations. But now, we cannot really bury our heads in the sand because the coaches are coming out and saying this thing is here with us. Coach Okere Charles came out boldly on radio. Some were saying he's jilted because he had been dismissed. But again, he did not really talk about his team. He talked about it as a general thing. And Sofapaka coach Abdallah Juma came out and said this is happening. Said the referees, the players. He was bolder. Even said some federation officials are fixing games. That's also an allegation. Kakamega Homeboy's coach, Patrick Odhiambo, also said this. He's not directly going to it, but he said that probably these things need to be investigated. So everyone is pointing at the existence of this thing, but without solid evidence, we can only treat it as a speculation. And now I think, funny enough, it's over a week since this speculation came out, and we've not heard anything from the federation. And you know, match fixing is probably the ultimate crime in football. FIFA has zero tolerance to match fixing, and the evidence required for one to be implicated or action to be taken against them by FIFA is always very minimal, because it's for them it's the ultimate crime in football. I really wish the federation probably spoke and said something, release a statement, we are investigating, or call those who had alleged the coaches to register some form of statement, so that probably they will have something to work with. But again, there arises the conflict. The CEO, my good friend Dennis Gisheru, was also the head of the integrity. He's also the head of legal. If you don't separate these things, now it becomes a very big challenge. And I don't know. I really don't know if the federation has the mechanism to handle match fixing, because, as Masese put it, 1 year in, there has been little effort to do anything about match fixing in the country. Other than the integrity banners that we see in the stadium, I really can't point at any other thing that they have done. And I don't think all these coaches alleging that there's match fixing in the country are mad. Probably there could be some truth in whatever they are saying, and maybe it's time the federation stepped up its effort to curb this thing, because, as you put it, Masese put it, we are witnessing we know men are to error, defenders can make mistakes, goalkeepers can make mistakes, but when this keeps repeating itself week in, week out, maybe it's time to investigate, to step in and try to find out if there's something more sinister into these errors that we are seeing every day. So, yeah, it's now everything. The ball is in the federation's court, and let's see what they'll do, if at all they'll do anything.
Okay. So far, in terms of scorecard, FKF is below what we expected. When Hussein rose to the helm, we expected him to right the wrongs committed by the last regimes. We are not well at the moment. We'll as well judge the federation based on the performance of our men, women, and the youth national team. Hiyo inasemekana kwamba siku hizi timu zetu zinapigwa kupigwa.
Kuna tenda ya mabao.
Hussein talked about investing in children support academies and also come up with a league format pale grassroots. Ulisikia hiyo?
Nilisikia.
Mr. Producer, kindly give us the soundbite from Hussein talking about the children academies.
On the last pillar, which is the future, I know every Kenyan wants us to play at the World Cup. Everybody wants to see Kenya at the World Cup at the 2030, if not the next one. But the journey starts by investing in our children today, not tomorrow. We must be deliberate in supporting academies that run junior leagues and programs across the country. At the tertiary level, an introduction of a league-based format can be the key to unlocking potential of unseen players.
Unlocking potential of unseen players. 1 year, 2 months down the line. Masese, what has happened? Any idea of any academy?
Partnership with Kakoro. Yeah.
Ile Omabe?
Ile Omabe.
Okay.
Yes. That's a step, one step in the right direction. Yes.
That's just one area. Hussein talked about grassroots. You know, grassroots, tunataka kusikia kule Kilifi.
Amefanya nini? Sijui. Sioni.
Signing, let me step in. Masese has talked about Kakoro Academy. I honestly don't think signing some sort of agreement with a single academy in a country of 52 million people is really bridging that gap in football development. There was something that was done in the past about Center of Excellences. FKF, the previous regime had established some form of Center of Excellence in the big school. They went to Kitale, St. Anthony's, Kakamega, I think Musingu as well, St. Peter's, Mumias. I think that's probably the channel that we should have followed because those schools go for the big boys or the best players. They will really have helped in trying to identify these players. But now I really don't I have really tried to find information about the deal signed with Kakoro and maybe understand the framework of how this whole thing will work. Sijakuwa successful because my sources wote hawana. Apparently not so many people have seen that agreement. So it's interesting. I really want to see how a single academy in the country will be able to bridge that gap.
Have you tried the Ombudsman's office?
It's not anywhere, that agreement. There are things I cannot say here, but
no, you can say them here.
No, there are things I can't.
This is a scorecard.
There are things I cannot say here. It's not my scorecard.
For accountability and FKF. Have you tried the Ombudsman's office? Because all the contracts signed, public contracts signed, are there.
I don't think that contract is anywhere near the Ombudsman office.
No, you haven't.
I'll try.
Please try. You'll find it there.
Do you have you seen the contract?
No, I haven't seen the contract, but I know I can find it there. Even the Sport Pesa one, you can find it there. Yes, all contracts entered into by public institutions are deposited at the Ombudsman's office.
So as we finish Bwana Masese, where can you rate the current FKF? Okay, we agree and accept that it's just 1 year, 2 months, but we expect to see something at least in that period of time. Where do you put them?
5 out of 10. Yes, a 5 out of 10.
Okay.
Yes.
Are we on the right track?
Yes, we are on the right track. On some aspects we are not on the right track. But I hope things will work for us. And remember, I did not support Fresh Start. My presidential candidate was Totoshi Manyula, president of Kakamega Homeboys. Yes. But I am convicted that I cannot really pray that the pilot crashes the aeroplane while I'm still in there. So mine is just to try and help. So that we don't crash all of us. Yes. Thank you.
For most of the things we discussed here, my good friend Masese, who in the last minute, dakika 92, amesharuka nje ya meli. But most of the things we discussed, as we agreed, amesema we're just 1 year in. So I cannot say there is progressive, tangible progress so far. Hussein has his work cut out. There's still a lot to be done, a lot of work to be done. And I really hope he has a pathway to achieve those things that need to be done, because hata anajua vitu yenye anafaa kufanya ziko mob. So yeah, we want football to grow. He's the captain right now. He's the man steering our ship, and we want him to be successful. Atake fail, because at the end of the day, if he fails, he will not fail as a person. His personal life will go on as usual, but it's the game that will suffer. So we want him to be successful. In terms of ratings of where so far, structural football development wise, I'll be kind enough to give the federation a rating of 3.5.
3.5.
Yes.
3.5 it is. 5 over 10. That is 50%.
Mine is 35%.
35%. Yeah. Anyways, thank you guys for coming. Tumeshukuru sana.
Most welcome.
I think we are not doing this in bad blood. We are just doing it. We are cross-checking what the federation promised, what they have done, what they have not done. And let's hope that they are going to do exactly what they promised. And we wish them well, because football belongs to all of us. If they fail, in fact, hata sisi wenye tunaitwanga mafans huwa atufeel fiti. Otherwise, thank you so much Bwana Masese. We know wewe unapenda ball, ulisimama neck.
Yes.
Lakini kikakuramba.
Haikuniramba. In fact, mimi nili overdo.
The people's neck.
People's neck nili overdo. 19 votes ni mingi sana, na mwenye alishinda na 22.
Ni 16 Masese.
16 votes. Ndio 3
16.
Kama hata angekuwa hapa ningedanganya. 16 votes. Mwenye alishinda na 22. So nilifanya vizuri, na saizi sasa nasimama senator ya Nairobi. So you can imagine you have a senator in Nairobi who is a football enthusiast. You see, I mean,
Sisi Masese.
Senator Senator Masese. One of the things I'll help is ensure that 1%, you see, there's that 1% county budget that should go through to sports. You sasa na make sure you mimi already mina run football, najua mali uchungu iko. Yeah, so I'm asking all the football lovers in this great county of Nairobi. Kura zenyu ni zangu. Yes. And tutachukua hiki kitu pole pole tu. Chama ni ODM. Hiyo sasa siwezi danganya.
ODM gani?
Power.
Ziko tatu.
ODM power.
Thank you so much guys, and for all those that watch Collins Koyo na kuona hapo Kekeroi anasema tukuongeze chai, ni kama sauti yako ilikuwa chini. Ogada Sirkal alikuwa ndani, and all that watch today's show, na muona Nana Owiti. Penda ball huyu. Mpira sana huyu. And wale watu ambao mmecomment, all the callers, thank you so much. This will be happening. We have good news. This will be happening each and every Tuesday from 8 p.m. And the good thing is, our resident panelist will be always Kevin Tea. Amekubali kazi.
Good job man.
Napewa kazi on air bana.
Mimi unajua siwezi kuwa resident, manake unaelewa.
Wanasiasa
hapa nini pale press conference.
Yes. So each and every Tuesday tutakuwa hapa kuongelea tu mambo ya football, hatuna ubaya na mtu. Tutakuwa tunazungumzia yanayojiri, yanayokuja. God Isaac pia nimemuona pale. So always keep it locked each and every Tuesday. Tukiwa pale Kelele Digital Facebook, YouTube Kelele Digital, alafu Buzz Sports YouTube, na vile Buzz Sports on Facebook. Kama hauja follow hizo pages, tafadhali follow all our pages, alafu mambo itakuwa inaenda mzuri. Don't forget, tomorrow Shabana FC will be playing against Mathare United. The result is obvious. Hawa lazima tupige.
Piga huwa. Tore bobe.
Hawa lazima tupige.
Lazima.
Alvin Wesonga anauliza amtaki salamu.
Tusalimie. Tumesalimika Alvin.
Salamu zimefika. Kenya Police Bullets FC wamesema good show.
Wamesema good show.
Sema good show. Yeah.
Watu wangu wao.
Sema good show.
Hiyo sasa kwa madem, hiyo ndo timu yangu.
Ndio timu yako?
Kwa madem.
Pale kwa kamera tulikuwa na dem moja mrembo anaitwa Gracie. Umemwona? Unaona Gracie?
Gracie tumemwona.
Umeona? Alafu pia tuko na Victor tuko kule kwa control maneno. Alafu tuko na producer mwenyewe anaitwa George, kazi yake safi
kabisa.
Alafu sasa mkurugenzi mkuu
one and only
John, hiyo sasa ndio behind the scenes pala, anajaribu kumake sure kwamba vitu zinaenda vizuri. Kumbuka pia ukiwa pale nyumbani uko na event, unataka video shooting, photography, kama uko na harusi, kama wewe mheshimiwa, kazi itabidi umenipea ya mapicha. Ukienda events, video tunachukua pale, zingine za crowd yenye si organic. So kazi unipatie kwa sababu simeona mitambo iko. So wewe ukiwa pale nyumbani uko na birthday, uko na any other uko na any event na unataka hata live streaming, unataka outdoor, mazee, namba iko hapo kwa screen, piga halafu mambo itakuwa sawa. See you next week on Tuesday starting 8 p.m.